Hi, I'm Raya,
And I'm Brandon.
and you're watching.
More Love with R and B.
Yes, and we have been MIA for a while.
A very long while.
Unintentionally. Sorry, guys.
Yes.
But we're back.
Yay.
And we wanted to kind of just tell you where we've been or why we've been MIA.
Yes.
So we're older, another year older.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of responsibilities, new responsibilities, age, stress, all the things this year. We have found that we have been growing.
Yes, we have.
And we have been growing apart unknowingly.
That's the word. Yeah.
I think as you get older, I think most couples are going to start to realize this, especially when they hit that 10-year mark, that you start to change.
Right.
It's perfectly fine. We've talked about this on our channel. We start to change. And if you're not keeping in constant communication, you could find yourself changing in different directions.
Right. And I think for us, the main problem was that we were growing apart and we didn't know it. And, when we've been at our closest, we've still had, arguments, we've still had problems, we've still had issues that needed to be worked out. And I think things were like resolved in some form or fashion rather quickly. I think at some point we could even just go to sleep and wake up and just kind of like, man, I'm over that last time, that, yesterday's issues. But this was turning into more than that. And we started finding contentment in not resolving things. And I think that was part of what was like an alarm to us. Like, wait a second. We're comfortable apart in the same house. Like, that's a problem. So when you start to kind of see those things, some people would lean into those. They would be like, oh my gosh, like I'm really comfortable not being around you at all. My friend, my best friend, my love, my mate. I'm comfortable with these growing pains because it did hurt, but I'm comfortable in that. Or I'm not really going to do anything about it. I'm too comfortable or too lazy to really fix it.
Yeah, I think the problem, like you said, was we were, how do I put this? We were growing, and we, like you said, we didn't realize that we were growing apart. And so the issues that we were able to get over quickly, we weren't able to get over quickly. And then the stuff that was never a problem in the 20 plus years we've known each other were now big problems. And we couldn't put our finger on it. And so because it seemed like there was always a problem that didn't even make sense to us.
Right.
We were like, I can't deal. Like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
And so it seemed like distance was like our only peace.
Yes. That part right there.
Because we just, like, we wanted to get over it, but it was like, this is not making sense. The person that I know, this would not be a problem, but it is. And I don't understand why. Like, I'm beginning not to know you. I'm beginning to not know how you move because this used to not bother you, or this used to bother you and it doesn't bother you anymore. I don't understand. And it wasn't until we put our finger on it, like, we're changing. And change isn't it's not a bad thing.
No. And I would say we're not fighting right now in this moment. So blessings there. But I have to say it was, I don't think hilarious is the word, but it was ironic to me that we both could see each other changing, but is it like we didn't, like, I'm thinking maybe I don't see I'm changing, but
Right.
you're definitely changing.
Right. Yes.
And
that's
you're
it.
like, but you're changing. I'm like, I'm the same person. It's like, wait, I think that was kind of a key turning point as well, which was, wait, I am changing. Okay, wait, so it isn't just her, it's me too. Like, I'm just not the same person I was back in good old 2002, back in the good old days when they had the hip hop. No, but I feel like we needed to get to a point where we both accepted that the other person isn't crazy. Come on, somebody. Like, sometimes you're looking at your spouse like, am I a lunatic right now? Like, you don't see yourself? Like, you're different. And we're both saying that.
Exactly.
You know?
I think the turning point for us was realizing we both are changing.
Yeah.
Whether it be because of outside stimuli like work, whatever, or inside stimuli like I'm just older.
Yeah.
I'm not 30. I'm not 20. Like I am.
The days.
I'm older now, and so I'm going to respond to things differently, and you're interacting with me as if I'm the 30-year-old Sharaya.
Right.
And so, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm interacting with you as if you're the 30-year-old Brandon. And it's like, and it wasn't until we realized that they were like, oh, so all we have to do is get to know one another again.
Yes.
And then we can be okay. And it's still hard because you're still bringing the things you know.
Yeah.
But kind of opening up your heart and your mind to say, I want to know who you are now.
Yeah. That's what opened up a door for us to have like honest and long lasting conversation, because our conversations were so short because our tempers were so short. Our patience was thin. So to be able to say like, I know you are dealing with a different version of me right now. And I've accepted that. This is a good one too. I might not even know who I am right now. And so how can I expect you to love me in a way that I need to be loved if I might receive love a little bit different now? Or, you know, like you said, there's things that I might have needed, like I don't need that no more. And so you can be doing something that I'm kind of like, oh, thanks. And you're like, bro, I'm trying
This would have been a big deal back in the day.
And in our case, through all the fighting, it's like, this was my peace offering. This was my olive branch. And you just stepped over it. And I'm like, well, I didn't mean to, but that don't do nothing for me no more. And here's the thing. Like I said, I might not even be realizing that I don't need that anymore. So it takes conversation. It takes saying, hey, what is it that you're seeing? I think that's another key part of growing pains. I need to be honest and open about someone seeing me and saying, this is how I see you right now. I'm not presenting that, or at least I don't think I am, but what you're actually seeing and experiencing, I gotta respect that.
Yeah. It has been a very eye-opening and excruciatingly humbling few. I mean, it's been mad humbling.
Sure.
These past few months to realize that I have been, I guess, treating you like an old version of yourself, not loving you correctly because you're receiving love differently. And I'm like, take this. And I'm like, I don't want that anymore. I want something different, you know, and not hearing you, you know, when you're speaking, because I'm like, surely I know you.
Right.
But I don't, you know. Yeah. And then also having a false sense of self to say, I know who I am. And you're coming to me and saying, no, you're presenting this way. I'm like, no, I'm not. That's not Sheree don't do
Like,
that.
That's not me, boo.
And like literally, a couple of days ago, I had to like send you this message like, I'm so sorry. You're right.
Yeah.
I hold you to a standard that I don't hold myself. And that's not something that I really realized about myself. And it's hurting our marriage. To say, hey, you're asking me to do this, but you're not doing this.
Right.
So needless to say, with all of that, it has been very difficult to be motivated to
Yes.
talk about and encourage other marriages and to even have a proper perspective at this point, because it has just been we've been dealing with growing pains and it's been very painful.
Very much so. I think for me, I wanted to record more. I wanted to do more videos. I wanted to do a lot more things with you. I wanted to record more and, do videos, vlogs. I wanted to get back into the more love saddle, if you will. But we just could never get on the same page. It seemed like every time we tried, something would happen or we would happen. We would be scheduled to record and then we would get into a fight. And I'm just kind of like, man, I can't even believe we're doing it now because like it's been so long. But yeah. I will say that, our marriage, it has to be first. Before we sit down and get in front of these cameras and mics and lights and stuff, our marriage has to be first. And I think it would be very hypocritical of us to be on here right now saying anything to anyone if we were still where we were like back in November. Like, yeah, see that look? See that? Like that tells you how November was, and October and September and like we did definitely experience some growing pains. We did have some good times, and I think that during those times we really tried to enjoy them because we were like, I don't know when this is coming around again. So we had some really good times.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying we capitalized on some moments where it was like, well, gonna go ahead and dive all in on this one because then it was sad because then like 2 days later we were arguing over something stupid and it's like, bro, we just had this amazing night the other night. What are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? So, all of us had birthdays, except for DJ. Well, he hasn't had his birthday yet, I'm saying, but since we've been gone. But we did take the kids to Myrtle Beach and, even then it was more of, we were a partnership taking our kids to
I felt
Myrtle
like
Beach.
We were co-parenting.
Right. We just agreed to take our children to Myrtle Beach. Like, we didn't really get much out of Myrtle Beach as a married couple. We enjoyed spending time with our kids. We enjoyed spending time as a family. Like, there were things that the four of us did that was like, yo, this can't be any way else. It has to be the four of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was still enjoyable. Yeah. But like at night when the kids went to bed, or if we let the kids stay up and watch TV and we were in another room, like, we weren't together. We didn't capitalize on any time that we could just be together. We didn't walk with the kids in front of us while we held hands walking behind them. Or like, we didn't capitalize on anything really. Again, enjoyed the family aspect, but you could tell that there was, if our kids were wise enough, they would have been able to be like, what's wrong with y'all? But like if other couples were there, they would have been able to tell. So yeah, that was looking back on that, I feel kind of bad. So what else did we do?
We went to Cancun in November.
Yes, we did.
To celebrate your birthday and to spend time with friends.
Yes.
And we said that we were going to try to connect as a couple. Use that time to figure some things out. I don't think at that time we knew that we were experiencing growing pains at the time. We just knew that we had a very hard time connecting and we didn't know why. And so we wanted to use this opportunity away from home and responsibilities to try to connect. I think that we had some fun, but we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't understand the root problem, so.
Right. I think definitely that. So I think to me, I'm glad that our friends went with us. Shout out to Jay and Megan.
Yes.
Loyal and Assertive podcast.
And Jay and them.
And Jay and them. I think that if they weren't there, it makes me wonder what kind of time we would have had. I think them being there did a couple of things. It helped us to have fun in general, and not rely on, I didn't rely on you to be my fun, and you didn't rely on me. Like we all the four of us naturally have fun anyway. But I also do think that having them there and us the four of us both being couples, if that makes sense, having the priority of, they spent their time alone, which made us spend time alone. I think during those times alone, some of that time we did spend trying to connect, because it was the reality. Like, we in Cancun, like, babe, what are we doing? Come on. Hey, come on. Let's not, So I feel like we did feel that to a degree.
Absolutely.
It's like, first and foremost, I didn't pay all that money to come over here.
We've been planning this for so long.
Right. And I'm sure we have a rule, just so that we're clear, especially when it's just she and I. We don't pay money to fight somewhere else.
We can do that for free.
We can do that for free at home. I'm out on that. I'm not going to go to Cancun, Mexico, or Napa, California, or the Bahamas and fight with you, bro. Like, look around, dude. I don't even have it in me. So I will say that we did not fight while we were there. But we probably could have capitalized more, especially on the times we were alone. But I think we did okay. I think for where we were, being in a position where we were growing apart, we did do pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, we did amazing.
For two people who were growing apart and didn't know why or how, I think we did pretty good. And I think it's good and I think it's good for us to acknowledge that, to even say like, hey, we were completely lost and, not really knowing what was happening, and we still, made something out of that situation.
Yeah, I think though we literally vacationed from the responsibility of our marriage though. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so you leave your problems at home, you go have fun and pretend that there are no problems. So you have a blast. And literally when you step in the door, your problems are like, they're waiting for you.
They're like, hey.
And so
welcome back.
While we had a really, really fun time, it wasn't like, okay, let's build on what, the fun time we had in Cancun. We literally went right back into the flow because we had changed.
Right.
I could be vacation Sheree on vacation, but the real Sheree here is still someone that I need to get to know and that you needed to get to know as well. So that's where we have been.
Yes.
Some good times, birthdays, vacations,
Christmas,
all that.
Holidays was I think that was the time where we kind of were like,
Pause.
Because I ain't finna go into Christmas like this, dog. I can't. I won't. I will not. So.
But yeah, we had some good experiences. We've had growth and responsibilities and all of that stuff. We have some fun stuff to look forward to, some growing opportunities and stuff like that. And I think that it's just important that we prioritize our marriage. And I think now that we know that, we're like so excited to not get y'all all up in our business, but I think this is why we do YouTube. When we learn something new about marriages and relationships because of what we're experiencing. We want to share it with you guys because it's like, hey, maybe y'all just are going through growing pains. You don't got to get a divorce. Y'all don't got to get separated. Like,
Right.
get to know
Right.
one another again. It's good that you grow, but if you're not talking and if you're not open with the fact that your spouse changes and you change,
Come on, somebody.
then you just kind of give up and be like, this is too hard. I don't want to keep fighting. And it's like, fight for your marriage.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's what we're doing.
That is what we're doing. We're fighting for our marriage. But here's the difference between now and then. We're not fighting each other.
Well, hopefully.
At least we're trying not to. We're trying not to fight each other. I think when you realize that the other person is not the enemy, when you realize that the other person is also going through the process of understanding who they actually are, it's like, dang, I really don't like that anymore, do I really? And it's like, yeah, imagine what that's like for somebody who's trying to please you to witness that the thing you used to always like, you don't like. And it's like, okay, wait, now I need to own that. That's who I'm becoming.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's the interesting part. Two people trying to figure that out while they figure out the other person.
I mean,
it's madness, I'm telling you.
It's exhausting, but it's worth it.
Yes. And just one last thing. And I think we've been doing this like unknowingly, because I think that we're starting to try to find rhythm. Every now and then we'll sit in bed and we'll throw something funny on TV and just laugh at the end of the night. And I feel like, and I don't know about you, but like to me, that has been a really good place of peace, because it's like, yeah, we need to talk and we need to work on our marriage. And yeah, sometimes we need space and we need to have some distance, and sometimes we need to come together. But sometimes I just want to laugh with you and not kind of like vacation, but at home. Like, you know, we say we go on vacation and we kind of like leave our problems. It's like, can we sit our problems down for like 45 minutes while we watch the show? Can we put our problems down for whatever amount of time to just kind of laugh and joke? Because everything doesn't have to be on all the time. Yeah. That could be exhausting, especially when you're trying to figure things out, figure yourself out, figure your spouse out. It's okay to take a mental break every now and then.
I agree. So we hope that this video is encouraging to you. Yes. We hope it answers the question. Hopefully you guys have been wondering where we've been. We hope that you've missed us.
Yes.
But we are back. We are going to try our best to be consistent with these videos.
Yes.
But we have some really fun and exciting videos coming up, vlogs, and all kinds of stuff that will be happening in 2023. So please stick around. And yeah, if you guys have experienced growing pains, please put in the description.
Please don't. But if you put it in our description, I'm gonna be freaked out.
Can you please put in the comment section below some of the ways that you have gotten over your growing pains? Can y'all help us out? Right. And hopefully help other couples out as well. What did you do to get over the growing pains?
Yes, please put that in those comments, and we will read it, because we still trying to figure it out. So, yes, we hope you guys like this video, and we are so grateful for you watching, and we hope that you have a happy new year coming into 2023. And I don't know what else to say.
Bye, guys.